Hey everybody, Christy Birchfield here. We are working our way through the book of Philippians in the Bible and studying the truth that God has in there. Make sure that you don't miss any of these because we're already in chapter 2 and we're coming to the end of chapter 2 actually. So if you've missed any, there's a link to a playlist in the description below. You can make sure you can go back and check out the history and all of those things from all the different learnings up to this point. Today we are in chapter 2. We're looking at verses 25 through 30. It's kind of the tale of two men. Yesterday, we were looking at Timothy. Today, we are looking at Epaphroditus. So, here's who these two men are. Timothy was the man that Paul was going to send to the Philippians as kind of his ambassador, his emissary to say, hey, how's everything going? What are we doing? What else can we learn? How can I encourage you? He was going to be able to be Paul's eyes and ears on the ground and then come back and tell Paul how things are going. But there's a second man now in these verses that's mentioned. His name's Epaphroditus. Now, apparently, he was the Philippian emissary. So the Philippians had sent Epaphroditus to go be with Paul. He was there to be physically present with him and be that support that the rest of them wanted to be but couldn't be in person. He was going to be their hands and feet, and he was going to be the one who was going to give them information and be able to take care of Paul and really be that ministry to Paul. It sounds like he's been with Paul for a little while, but unfortunately, from what we learn, it sounds like he got ill. So he was very sick, and Paul says it was almost to the point of death. So now Paul is sending Epaphroditus back to the Philippians as a thank you and see for yourselves, he's okay. You have done such an amazing thing by sending him to allowing him to minister to me. I'm so grateful. But he got so sick, and we prayed for his healing. And God chose to spare him and heal him. And as a thank you for that, I want to send him back to you. Verse 27 of chapter 2 of Philippians says, indeed, he was ill and almost died, but God had mercy on him, and not only on him, but also on me, to spare me sorrow upon sorrow. So many prayers that are prayed in the church and homes have to do with healing. It's people who are sick, people who've had accidents, people who've just gone through difficult stuff. Prayers for their healing. And God knows and understands that and wants us to pray for that. In this situation, Paul is rejoicing because that prayer for healing, God chose to spare him and heal Epaphroditus here on earth so that he could continue to minister and Paul could use him as a witness of the glory and testimony of Christ. It's a great and exciting testimony. Paul understood, and we saw this in previous chapter, earlier in the chapter, where Paul's saying, hey, look, to live is Christ and to die is gain. Either one, really good. Healing and ultimate healing is only going to happen when we see Christ face to face. Paul understood that. He knew the importance of praying for healing, and he did that understanding that, hoping that it would happen here on earth, but being okay and understanding that ultimately healing was going to happen if someone were to pass away and be with Christ. When we pray for healing, we need to understand that that is the case, and that is ultimate healing, is being face to face with Jesus. When we pray for healing, do we understand and are we expecting Christ to do either one, whichever is going to be in God's will? That's the prayer for you today. That's the prayer for me. We want to pray to be healed here in this life if it makes sense, and if not, an opportunity to be with Jesus. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.